Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us. We'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm here with Carlos. Well, before I continue, what we don't do is try to give people false information on this show. And I always 100%
You are the king of false information.
The most accurate information there is. It's what you do with it is up to you. Last week, I lied to you. I apologize. I said, hey, Marie's out of here. She's going to school to get educated. And then she tells us, nope, I'm back. And I'm like,
Yay!
what happened?
Here
And
I
there
am.
she
Hello.
is.
Hello, everyone. How are you on this wonderful Friday morning, evening?
Wow. Morning, evening. That's a good way to put it. Morning, evening.
Mirvning. No,
Mirvning. No, it's morning. No, it's
evening.
It's more evening.
Morning, evening.
Yeah.
Too many ends, I
evening.
think.
Not too many nothing. Shut it. Anyway. So welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. It's a Friday, so hopefully you had yourself a wonderful week so far. Before we jump into anything, we'll tell you what's coming to the movies this weekend, like we always do. And then you can decide
still doing
what you
this?
want to watch. You shut your mouth. You weren't supposed to be here.
I thought
Anyway.
things would have changed.
Oh, yeah, already?
Yeah.
She's out of here. We're changing things up. We're not going to tell anybody about movies anymore when she leaves. Not anything too good coming out. 1992 is coming out.
What is that?
It's a movie we haven't had in a long time, like a gangster movie, like The Hood. So kind of like Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood. This one's called 1992. So
Does it really need that crap?
We don't need it, and it's not. See, back in the day, people were more interested in it because it wasn't widespread through anything but rap music. But I don't think people care for that stuff anymore, to be honest. But they made a movie
They do.
starring starring Tyrese.
Oh, baby boy.
Yep, baby boy.
He ain't
So-
no real McCoy.
So there you go. And Snoop Dogg, I think he's the producer or he's in it. It's one or the other. Don't know. So there
He
you
was
go.
also in
That's
Baby
what's-
Boy.
He wasn't Baby Boy. Actually, that's the only really big. I wouldn't even call it a big movie. Oh, I guess the movie about Ronald Reagan comes out this weekend, starring Dennis
God.
Quaid.
Oh.
He plays Ronald Reagan.
Yuck. Who does this?
Dennis Quaid is Ronald
Oh,
Reagan.
yeah. A real one. He was a real one. What happened?
He's a Trumper, and he wants to play Reagan really bad, like really bad.
I
Like,
had no idea that. I lose respect for this guy. I'll never be able to watch Cavemen the same way.
Caveman? What
Mhm.
is Dennis Quaid in that movie or whatever it is you
Yes,
talking
with
about?
Ringo Starr and Shelley.
Duvall?
Yeah, no, not Duvall.
Oh.
Shelley. She was in
Winters?
Cheers.
Shelley. What was her name? Shit, the blonde.
Yeah,
Oh man, Carlos, come on. What's the blonde's name in Cheers?
In which one?
Cheers, the blonde in Cheers.
Sally Struthers.
No, god damn it.
What?
That's oh my god.
Cheers.
Always with false information, this guy.
Sally Rupenheimer.
Sally Struthers was in the show with all the girls and like
Shelley Long.
Yes.
Shelley Long. Yes.
I was one of those Shelleys.
Yes. So there you go. So anyway, Reagan or 92, or you just go back and watch something else that's already in the theaters. One of those. One of those dilly dalls. So that's pretty much it. And Carlos saw a movie that's already in the theaters that came out last week. That is a remake or reboot. I should say a remake, I guess, of a really popular movie, The Crow. So there's that. So Carlos will tell us all about The Crow and what he thought about that movie coming up. Anyway, outside of that, Marie, you've been away for a long time. God damn it.
It
What
feels
you been
like
up to?
What you been up there? Oh my god.
Just schooling
Nonsense.
and stuff, and it's
School
very
has
overwhelming. And I
school
feel
has
like I'm out of my
started.
element.
I guess how many classes do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's only 11 units. Wait,
Still a lot
six.
though.
6
It's a
units.
lot of classes for 11
No, it's
units.
12
Holy
units and
shit.
it's 6 classes.
That's still
Yeah.
a lot.
And the instrument classes are the hard because they're the ones you have to put the most work into.
But how many units is it for an instrument class? Like 2?
1.
Oh hell no! Don't waste
Voice
your time.
is 1. Voice is 2.
Ugh,
Voice is 2.
voices.
Piano is 1, and then applied is 1. Oh my god, my cat is so cute. But I'm also
So you
taking a
basically-
sewing class.
Is that also 1?
Yeah. Well,
Oh
it's
my
more like a
God.
lab.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, that makes sense. But still, that is a lot. That's 4 classes out of your 6 for like 6 units. Or 5 units, I think. Right? 5.
Well,
You're
theory
taking
is 4. Music
I know, that's what
theory
I'm
is
saying.
4.
You have other classes that are like carry like 3 or 4 units, right?
No, okay, so I have 1 3-unit class, 1 4-unit class.
Okay, there you
And
go,
then
7.
So then
And
the
other 4 classes make up 5.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Okay. All right. Just saying. All
It's
right.
very overwhelming. I don't even know if like I said, I'll do the podcast today, but I don't know if that's a good idea in the future. I might have to really take the time
Do
off.
homework, you mean?
Yeah.
Study.
And I haven't even been able to go to the gym.
But you are going to learn here more than your piano class, so it's fine.
Learn
well,
the
there you go.
misinformation of nerds talking.
That's right. And the
Yeah.
gym too. Wow. So you just started going back to the gym?
I've been going to the gym for like a month and a half, 2 months.
And how's it working out?
It was going fine until
And then you did the
school started.
podcast?
So this
okay.
week?
Yeah. So
Huh.
school started. Because like I said, my theory class is okay. So my first class on Mondays and Wednesdays is at 12, and my last class technically ends at 8, but she's gonna let us go at 7 because theory 2, 3, and 4 are all lumped into the same class. So she takes each one of our classes at like once, however many, or whatever hour.
Gotcha. All right. There you go. All right. Before we get, first of all, thanks for letting everybody know about your class. So maybe people are interested. No, they're not interested. But fantastic. Also, happy Labor Day. Right? It's Labor Day, right? Labor Day weekend. There you go.
Sure.
So enjoy your Labor Day. For all the hard workers out there. So that's not Marie. She doesn't get the day off. She can just go to work sometime.
I have all the day offs.
I know. Labor Day every day.
Every day is a holiday.
Yes, Labor Day every day.
It's the capitalist holiday.
There you go. So this weekend, or I should say this week, they also released the trailer for the new Sonic the Hedgehog Part 3. So another one of those are coming out. Those seem to make a lot of money. So, Marie, have you seen any Sonic the Hedgehog movies?
No.
Okay, then you don't deserve to have a day off. All right, fantastic. Also, Sigourney Weaver came out recently and said, I'd love to be in the next Aliens movie. What part are you going to play? Tell me.
The
What
alien.
part? She doesn't comprehend. She's one of these people that think the movie was about her. It's not about you. Ugh. God damn it. Plus, again, her last role, she played a robot. She wasn't even like a human.
So she could play that again, right?
No.
Oh,
What?
sorry. No, she can't do that.
All right. Also, on the Marvel front, Ultron is coming back. There you go. So the return of Ultron in the Marvel universe.
Okay. All right.
Yes, he is coming back. Word is that he's coming back in a TV series, not his own, but in one of the upcoming TV series. He'll be the villain.
Yeah.
Plus, makes sense because in the comics, you can't kill Ultron. He never dies. So,
And whose bad guy is this?
so he's the Avengers bad guy, just as a whole, just the
Okay.
Avengers. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. Did you see
No.
Avengers Part? Okay, fair enough. All right, we'll move on. All right, that's a
You
good
can keep talking
answer.
about it. I'm sure all of our listeners have watched these movies. I just have not watched anything other than Batman, and maybe there are people like me who have not seen these movies. So please explain away.
Oh no, he's the bad guy in Avengers Part 2, The Age of Ultron. That's all. So
He's
been
the
a
movie
while since
title.
he's literally the movie title. Exactly. So there you go. So you did good though. You did good.
My microphone
Fantastic.
smells really good.
What is that? This is not like a scratch and sniff show. Like, what does
It
that
could
do
be.
for the audience? And what does it smell like? Just so the audience isn't left out
Like,
of your announcement.
Kind of like clean laundry or like clean air. I think it's the filter. It smells really good.
Okay.
I'm putting my
All right.
microphone up to my lips because I have heard the audio and it's not good. So I'm trying to put the microphone as close to my face as possible. But I keep
Do you know
smelling
why?
it because
Because
it's the
anybody
microphone
that
that Carlos
watches
bought me.
this, it's because when you talk, you move your head around, but the mic stays still. So you're all over the place. But if you want to blame Carlos, go ahead.
It's definitely Carlos's microphone.
Well, all right. Oh, real quick before we move on to anything, Laura will not be joining us, as you can tell. She is under the weather. So there you go. I think in her neck of the woods, it's shitty weather right now. It's no longer the summer.
Like what
think
kind of
it'll-
city? Like rain or snow or sleet or hail?
Oh, St. Louis, I think, just gets a ton of rain right now.
Mm.
So, but you know what? Again, false information. It was a clear day. It was 88 degrees in St. Louis. Oh, well, we should really look things up before we speak.
Wait, am I
Oh,
the only
well.
one that does the speaking before or asking for permission instead of forgiveness? Everyone, I think, does this on the show.
You know
It's
what?
Ask no, it's what? What do you say? Ask for forgiveness
well,
instead
wait.
of
They ask
asking for permission.
Yes.
All right, fair enough. But Laura's not here, so the IQ has dropped significantly on the show today. But that's okay.
We maybe
That's
shared
okay.
2 brain cells between the 3 of us.
Also, next week the NFL is back. So if
Ugh.
you're a football fan, what's your team, Marie? What's your team? What's your go-to team?
49ers.
Okay.
Boom.
You like high hopes and being let down all the time.
Yes,
I
yes.
got you.
That's my love life.
I got you. Oh wow. How's that going for you?
As good as the 49ers season.
They haven't started
Okay.
yet.
Exactly.
All right.
Wait, what's your guys' teams?
New York
The
Giants.
The Commanders.
Is that a
So-
Canadian football team?
You know what? Yeah, they play that way. Might as well. Might as well be a
Wait, who are the Commanders?
Former
used to
the
be-
Washington Redskins.
Oh.
the Redskins, and now they're the Commanders because white people got offended by the Redskins name.
I
Okay.
thought it was the Native Americans that got offended by it.
They
but-
didn't quite have a problem.
Nope.
Oh.
Anytime something is like offensive or you need to change that, it's white people speaking out of their guilt.
Fair.
That's typically how that works. I
So
don't
wait,
know
well,
why
now
they-
what is their logo now?
It's just a W. for
W.
Washington. That's it. Just for Washington, a W.
They should have made it like apples because Washington cut down an apple tree or cherry tree. Wouldn't that be cool if the football team had some cherries on it or an apple?
So is it a cherry or apples we're gonna go with?
It's a hybrid tree that had both of them on there.
I thought you were
shut
saying
up.
because of Washington apples. But
Oh,
now
yeah,
we're
that
going
wouldn't
with
make sense. That's the wrong
cherries.
state, though.
Wait, no, George Washington cut down a tree,
A cherry tree.
a cherry tree. Yeah, so that would be really cute if like you had football players running around with cherries on their helmets.
No,
Super
I
cute.
get it. I get
Super
it.
cute.
But okay, you're basing it on George Washington. Okay.
Because Washington.
Why
Yeah.
not? They're in Washington, D.C. Why
Wait,
not?
Washington D.C.
Yes.
teams
What do you
out
think
of-
they were? Is
yeah.
that the
In
Washington State? Oh my God.
They
No.
were in Washington State then.
No, Washington has its
Never.
own team.
Washington, D.C.
The Seattle
You know,
Seahawks.
D.C. is not even a country, and they have their own football team.
You're right. It's not a
Okay.
country.
Oh, it's not a
Correct.
state. It's not a state. It's not a state.
It is not a state. It should be a state,
Yes, correct.
but it's not a. So, but should we also make Puerto Rico a state?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah, they pay
Yeah, why
taxes.
not? Yeah.
They do pay taxes. How about America Samoa? Should they be a state?
If they pay taxes,
Yes.
they should be a state.
Yes.
Exactly. I think it's crazy how we do have these outlying like places that pay taxes and they get to vote, but we're
The
not going to
non-state
recognize you as a
rules.
state.
They say
Yeah.
they get to vote for federal things, but not
No,
state
only
things.
federal. Yeah.
And
they
you
can
know
only
what?
vote.
In '92, they had a vote. It was the last time they voted to make DC a state, and literally everyone, like all 190 delegates, voted to keep it not a state, except for 2 people, and one of them was Bernie Sanders.
Good old Bernie.
Good old Bernie. I don't know
Now,
who the other one is.
why is Washington not a state?
Because it's there's biggest population is African Americans, and they don't want to give them the power to have more power, because they try to, the federales give the states power, right? But if they give DC more states power, then they'll probably more likely vote Democrat every single time, and they will be the end to the Republicans in everyone's mind.
And for that reasoning, yes, I understand the delegates, yes. But according to Google, Washington, D.C. is in a state, it's a district. And the reason
District
being
of Columbia
is because it does not
Carlos.
exceed a 10 miles square, therefore it cannot become a state.
Yeah, but it has hella people in it.
I think around it, though, more than in it, though. It does have a lot of people in it, but, it has a lot of people around it.
Okay, so I watched this video, and here's like some real misinformation for you. So they were trying to either attach it to Maryland or Virginia or make its own state, but why can't they change the rules? Did they make that rule specifically just for DC though?
Yeah, it's pretty much. I would honestly just have it be a city in Virginia. That's what they should do. Just have it be a city. As simple as that. Just make it a city in Virginia.
Why? ¿Por qué?
Why make it a state? It doesn't need to be a state.
Because those people need rights to like votes and delegates and shit.
They will when they become part of Virginia.
Well, why can't they become their own state? What's the difference between joining a state and becoming a state?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that if you make it a state, who's going to run it? Is
Bernie
the president
Sanders.
now in charge of that also? Like, you're going to have a governor for 10 miles? Like,
But that's a big ass. What's the population?
Okay, population of Washington, D.C. All right. Who's gonna find it first? As we all.
I thought you were doing it.
I am, but this is
I
more
can't
like a
type.
race. Okay, got you. Population of Washington, D.C. Found it. All right, it's 670,000 people. That is a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
That's like
That's
maybe
more-
how many Sacramento people are, or how many Sacramentoians exist.
Maybe, but Sacramento has
Depends
less than that.
Depends on which side of the South area you're coming from. If you're coming in from the 99, it says like 400,000. If you're coming from
Here
the
it is.
5,
The
it says
county-
like 600,000.
The county has probably 1 million, but the city probably only has 500,000 people. But the county of Sacramento, I don't know. That's
what's the
interesting.
population of Washington D.C. again?
671,000 people.
That's not
Yep,
that
it is.
much, but it is
I don't
big
know why
enough
they
for a
couldn't make
city.
it. I don't know why they couldn't make it a state.
No, you can't. You can't. Well, here's the thing.
Well,
It
Rhode
has-
Island is bigger than Washington D.C. and it only has 1 million people.
But that's still
Well,
less
that's
than
what-
DC.
Well,
I know
that's
that's what I'm
I was gonna
saying. The
s-
smaller, geographical area.
Oh, wait, so
Yeah,
Rhode Island is smaller than DC.
No, Rhode Island's bigger
No.
than DC.
Rhode Island's
But its
bigger than
population's
DC.
also bigger than DC.
Well, it's twice as big. What I'm saying is there's no reason why they can't make Washington, D.C. a state with only 600,000 people.
Here's a good.
Oh, I see what
okay,
you're saying. Okay.
Here's Wyoming. How many people do you think live in Wyoming? 585,000. So less than Washington,
Damn.
D.C.
See?
Yes. Vermont only has 600. Vermont only has 647,000 people. So even less than Washington,
Wow.
D.C.
Well, there you go.
Yes. And
So-
the next one up is Alaska, 735,000 people. But that's, again, not that far off from Washington, D.C. So
So they base it off
So it's got to be a
geographical
landmass thing.
distance and not population. See, I'm just
they don't
saying
base
they're
it off
trying to make
population. They
they're
don't base it-
making in tricks. They could have done that.
I don't think they do it like you said for the reason. Well, a couple of reasons. I think because you already have the president that resides there. You're not going to have the governor and the president reside there,
Why not?
Why?
But then again, there's already
Trump didn't even live in the White House.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. He was the one president that didn't live in the White House.
He did live in the White House.
No,
He
he
called it a dump.
That's why he didn't live there. He lived in his fucking New York hotel.
No, he didn't live in his
Let's
New York
Google it.
hotel.
Let's Google it.
You are just a crazy person. He lives at Mar-a-Lago. He plays golf every day.
Did Trump live in the White?
Clickety clack, clickety clack. Well, you look that up. we'll hey Carlos, how would you
Oh,
like
yes,
to
he
give us
did. He
your
did.
Carlos, would you like to give us your review on the brand new movie The Crow starring Bill Skarsgård and is it FK Twigs?
I don't know if it's FK Twigs or maybe FKA Twigs. I don't know. How do you
No,
pronounce that?
it's FK.
FKA.
It's FK. Is
But
it
isn't
FKA?
FKA?
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck her.
It is
Fuck her.
FKA.
Fuck
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, it is
FKA
FKA.
Twigs.
But her real name is not that. That's her
What's her
stage
real
name.
name?
Her real name is.
And why would you choose a stage name like that's so stupid?
Her real name is Talia. Talia Barnett. Known
Talia
professionally as a British
Barnett.
singer that goes by FK Twigs.
FKA Twigs. Or
But I think
FKA
when you say
Twigs.
FK,
Oh, I
Huh.
see.
you understand what I'm
Maybe.
saying?
I don't know. Is there anywhere that says how to pronounce this stupid name?
Yes, I just did it.
Okay, and
FK.
is it for real? Or you just being a dick?
I don't know. People who knows
Oh.
who knows what the world holds when it comes to FK Twigs.
FK.
You know what? It says here. Stylized as supposedly that's how you're supposed to say it, FK.
FK?
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, give us your review on the brand new
on,
movie,
let's-
The Crow, starring Bill Skarsgård. If you don't know who that is, he played the clown in It, and that's probably his biggest role. And he was in the latest movie called what's it called? Boy Kills World? Yeah, Boy Kills World. And he's the new Crow. If you guys don't know the Crow, everybody seems to know the Crow. Brandon Lee played the Crow, and he died on set, and it became a very cult-like movie that people love. So Carlos, does it do it justice?
No. I would avoid this movie 100%. Well, here's the thing. With the original Crow, you had a love story, right? You had Eric and Shelley, who were in love. You get a little bit of backstory. They've been together for quite some time. They're getting married, about to get married. And he's in a band. They live in I guess, apartment complex, and they want to run everybody out so they can bulldoze it and rebuild, whatever. Well, and then they get killed. Eric comes back because apparently a crow carries your spirit to the other side, unless you need to right a wrong. So you stick around and right that wrong. Once you right that wrong, you go, you die, whatever. You go to the other side. Well, in this movie, the reason I didn't care about the characters was because Eric and Shelley are junkies. They meet at rehab. They escape rehab just so they can go do drugs, have sex, and drink alcohol. And in a span of like 2-3 days, they fall in love. So all of a sudden, they're in love. And then there's a supernatural element in this movie. The main antagonist, sorry, he's some sort of made some sort of deal with the devil. They never really explain why or how or when. They just say he made a deal with the devil, and what he can do, he can whisper in your ear, and this makes you kind of your darkest emotions come out or something like that. So you become murderous, basically. So anyway, so Shelley and Eric die. Eric is in
No.
love, and he ends up in purgatory.
Oh.
And in purgatory, there's a man there who explains to him the whole crow thing. Unlike the original, where the girl was the narrator and told you how or why this happens. So he goes back and forth between purgatory quite a bit. And then anyway, so he tells Eric, it has to be pure love for you to get revenge, and you have to kill everybody who did this in order for you to go to the other side. Anyway, he finally sees a video as to why Shelley was killed, because she had this video of this devil dude. And anyway, he sees it. He falls out of love with Shelley. He gets shot. He doesn't heal again. He dies, ends up back in purgatory. And then the guy tells him, well, you fell out of love. And he said, okay, then I'll trade my soul for hers. He's trying to stop her from going to hell. He's going to trade souls. And the guy agrees. He goes back, kills everybody, and switches places with her. Basically, she comes back to life. He goes to hell. But the a lot of stuff doesn't make sense. For one, he only has like the Crow makeup. It's not even makeup. It's black blood. He bleeds from his eyes. That gives him the Crow look, and it's only the last 20 minutes. Like it took an hour or so for them to even die. So it took a while. And then he killed everybody with a sword, now with a gun. And then he killed a whole bunch of like doormen or hitmen or whatever at this opera house. And yeah, there's a lot going on, but I'm kind of tired of talking about it because it's bringing back bad memories that I wasted money on this film and time. So if you have questions, I'll answer them. But if not, avoid it.
You made it sound like I want to see it.
You don't.
But I did hear that it takes an hour for him to even like become the Crow.
That's what I
That's
said.
what he just said.
That's what I just said.
Where in
Oh,
the
you just heard it.
original-
That's what you're saying. What you're saying is that you just heard it.
Where in the original, it took 15 minutes. That's all you really get of the love story in the original. Is 15 minutes. The whole movie is him as the Crow.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
And then I heard that they purposely didn't want him to use guns because of the whole Brandon Lee thing. It was almost
That doesn't make any sense because everybody else uses guns.
I thought the same
Makes
thing
no
too.
sense.
I thought the exact same thing. I heard the opera scene is the best thing in the movie. It's like pretty much the only thing worth seeing. It's not the best part in the movie. What's the best part in the movie then?
Oh, the credits.
Oh, yeah, that part's pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you stay for the whole thing?
Yeah. No, I was happy when it was over. I'm like, all right, I'm out of here.
And I heard the
Ridiculous.
Crow doesn't play the same part, the same role. Like in the other movie, the Crow kind of guides him, and that is his power.
He can see through the Crow's eyes.
So not this one.
Not this one. The Crow just kind of flies. There's a whole bunch of crows. There's a bunch of crows.
Okay.
What do they call a bunch of crows? They're like a murder?
A murder.
Murder.
A murder.
Murder.
They call them
Yeah.
a bunch of skunks a stink.
Okay.
Mm.
Next question would be
FYI.
how does
A
he
stench.
kill
They call it a stench.
How does he kill the bad guy this time around?
Oh, this is dumb. So the bad guy shows up at the opera in it looks like an old Porsche.
Who's the bad guy? Is it the devil guy? That's him,
Devil
the
guy,
bad
yeah.
Right? Okay.
Anyway, he shows up in an old Porsche with this woman. Eric ends up killing the woman, and he goes looking for the guy. And he apparently already left the opera house. But here's a funny thing is, so Eric goes outside and takes the guy's car. The guy's car is parked across the street, and Eric takes it to drive to the guy's house. I don't know how he knew where he lived. So maybe they cut that part out of it. Well, that's what I'm thinking. He probably had his GPS on his phone. They just edited that out.
In the
edited
car.
up on the cutting room floor because it'd take too long, right? So when he gets there, the dude is combing his hair, sitting at a vanity like he's getting ready for a date, just waiting for Eric to show up. So anyway, he ends up cutting Eric or shooting him. I can't remember. I think he shot him. And then he cuts his own hand and he puts his hand on the wound of Eric and they mix the blood. And so now he has crow power. So now he too is a crow.
And we have a murder.
But right when that happens, they both go to purgatory again. And in purgatory, he dies within like 30 seconds.
The devil guy?
Yeah. He's just done.
Why?
I don't know. Because all these like demons or whatever start grabbing him from underneath. And
He's not allowed to be anywhere besides hell.
I guess so. But the actor's name is Denny Houston or Huston. Yeah, so he plays a lot of bad guys. I don't think I've ever seen him as a good guy. He's always a villain. But yeah. And then here's the weird thing. So Shelly comes up from the black water that's in purgatory. Eric grabs her hand. They say their goodbyes, whatever, and then she wakes up on Eric's apartment floor where she got killed. And the guy that was in purgatory is now an EMT, giving her the defibrillator to wake her, try to bring her back. Because they were both suffocated. That's how they died. So the weird thing is, now they're back at the point to where she died, but is resuscitated. So I'm wondering what happened to the days after that. Because clearly we went back in time to where she was killed.
I want to know. Okay, so if he saved her life, so she's not going to go to hell. What happens when she really dies? Then where's she going to go? Is she going back to hell?
Good question. Probably.
I hate when they do that. They're like, I'm going to save this person's life from not going to whatever. It's like, but this person's going to have to die eventually.
Yeah.
that never makes sense.
And now she's an orphan because her mom killed herself because a dude whispered into her ear, and she jumped out the window of her apartment and, became a pancake on the sidewalk. So she has no family.
So he basically loses his powers because he fell out of love.
Yes.
But he loved drugs.
This is true.
So,
but he wasn't getting revenge on drugs.
Did he love drugs? Like, people don't necessarily like doing drugs or drinking like that, especially if you're going to rehab. It's something you just do. You don't love it.
No, but he volunteered to do it. He went back to Shelly's apartment. Yeah. He went back to Shelly's apartment.
Yeah, because he's a fiend.
Well, yeah, exactly.
He doesn't love
he's
it.
An addict.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you love it. When
I'm not saying he loved it.
Do it.
I'm not saying he loved it. I'm just Lafayette said he loved it.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, he's drug it. He's an addict. Dude, I don't know how you fell in love in 3 days. All of a sudden you have pure love.
Drugs.
3 days. So he loved drugs.
Drugs. That is drugs. No, seriously, drugs. Like you said, booze, drugs, and they're having sex for 3 days straight. He's like, I'm all
exactly.
in.
Yeah.
Come on, he's a guy.
So if he actually sobers up, he's probably like, what the fuck am I doing here?
What the fuck is this bitch's name? FK Twigs?
That's why once
you know what? You looked it up. It's actually pronounced FKA Twigs. You gotta spell it. You gotta say all the letters, which is stupid.
There's periods in between each one.
No, there isn't. It's just FKA Twigs. Yeah, which is one of the stupidest stage names I've ever heard.
She probably doesn't know how to spell.
She probably not. No, she probably stupid. That's I'm going with that.
I've seen her in something else too before. I just can't remember what it was. But okay, so you tell me this movie's a failure after all these years of them trying to reboot this movie. It's a failure because see, the only positive things I've heard about this movie is that they try to change it a lot from the original.
They try to give you more character development between the two, like Shelly and Eric. Their whole love story and all that, but it just doesn't work. It's just it makes you go, why do I care? You're a junkie. You're both junkies. You both escaped from prison. Who cares?
Prison and rehab are different.
I mean, rehab. I'm sorry. Rehab.
Yeah. I think it probably would have been better if they kind of did a montage of whatever, them getting better and like getting out at the same time. And we're clean now. And then they think their life's going to go great. Then they get murdered. You know what I mean? Like this is a fresh start. And then they get murdered.
Right. No, but they don't. They go to parties. They're taking drugs. They're all this stuff. And then they get killed because she has a video. So her friend was killed over the video, and then she shared the video before she died, and then they went after her and the devil dude and all that shit. And yeah.
All right. So you're telling me when I go to the movies this weekend, I shouldn't watch 1992. I should watch The Crow.
No. You should definitely watch 1992.
Do you guys go to the movies every week?
I was there before this show.
Look,
and I'll be going after the show.
Theaters survived during COVID. Okay.
Huh?
I go once a day.
Why do you guys waste your money?
What?
Why do you guys waste your money on these things?
So we can.
You could buy me a new microphone. You could buy me a whole new
other
setup.
people from wasting their money. That's why.
Oh, you're a hero.
Wait. Did you say I could buy you a whole new setup?
Both of you guys. You could
Buy
save
you a
your
what?
money and buy me a new microphone.
A new microphone. To you, that is new. That's a new microphone.
And this is like 3 years old.
But it's still new to you because you didn't have one prior.
I have this one. It's not even funny.
What? Oh my god!
Oh my god! That stupid thing
with that back wherever you got it from.
Anyway, so what's the final score? I'm gonna now before you tell me. Long Legs is your bar. So what's your final score? I just want to throw that out there. It's got to be better than that.
What is the worst and best movie you've seen this summer?
Ooh.
That's a great question.
That's a good question.
Because it seems like you've seen a lot of shitty ass movies.
I have a lot of shit movies.
The worst movie I've seen this summer. Wow, it's a good question. Oh, I would say Long Legs.
Is the worst or the best?
The worst that I've seen in theaters this summer. It's the worst. I'm not going to count stuff I've seen. Well, I'm also not. I'm not gonna count stuff that I've seen at home that I didn't go to
Why?
the movies because I didn't have to pay for that. So, for instance,
Mm.
movies that I went to the theaters for. So definitely, Long Legs is the bottom of my list. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely Hmm. Hmm.
Been a lot of bad ones.
Oh yeah, name
Mm,
two.
Two,
Yeah, name two.
Jackpot is on the top of the list.
Okay, but I'm saying
That's
movies
the
that
worst.
you went to the theaters for is what I'm saying.
Did I went to the theater? Oh man, Long
Yep.
Legs
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
and see a lot of
And
stuff I streamed at home, like Netflix and stuff.
exactly.
Oh, see, I didn't know that you guys saw a lot of this stuff at home. I mean, I guess that you're wasting less time and waste money, but like, still, you could be doing anything else.
I mean,
Yeah.
here's the thing about people that say, "Oh, well, you're wasting time going to movies, or you're wasting time." Well, listen, everything you do can be a waste of time, no matter how you look at it. You play
I'm just
video
not a movie
games,
person.
yeah, okay. And I get it because I know somebody's the same where he goes, I don't go watch imaginary bullshit. Like he doesn't care. He's just kind of like, I don't give a shit what the hell Superman's doing now. I don't give a shit.
Well, I
Well-
understand that playing video games is kind of the same thing, but at least you're
It
interacting with
is.
the stuff.
No, that's not my answer. That's it.
Well, it's like one guy now
Um,
goes, "Oh, I don't go to the movies. It's a waste of time. I could spend 2 hours doing something else." Well, you could, but who's to say that what you're doing in those 2 hours is not a waste of time either?
That's what I'm saying. Like you could be at home for 2 hours watching
Right.
whatever.
Or
Like
baseball, and you
and
fall asleep for 2 hours.
that's what I mean. Well, you know how
I
sometimes
mean, napping's not a waste of time.
no. Well,
This is
if
true.
if
This is
baseball leads you to napping, then you wasted time. But
Yes.
what I'm trying to say is, you ever find yourself in front of the TV and you're just literally going through everything, and you just kind of just settle on something
Yes.
because you're like,
and then you
"Fuck
realize
it."
how long you've been doing it for, like flipping through the
Exactly. You wasted your time and your life. Now go do drugs, have sex, fall in love, and get murdered so you can come back and do something productive with your life. If I ever come back as a crow, the guy's like, "Now go get revenge." It's like a second chance, right? I got time. This is a time
Yeah,
limit thing?
exactly, right? Like I'm in love, I'm gonna stay in love, and I can't
Yeah.
get killed. I can't
much-
get killed.
yeah, how
I
much
become a
time do I
stunt man. I
get?
become a stunt man.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just there's so many things you could do, you know? Like, and now, no, real quick, are the characters have the same names, Fun Boy, and all these other guys, or no? They're not. They don't
I
have those
don't really
names.
give you names. I mean, like, you know what? I'm gonna have to check that because let's see.
Only because I saw a scene that they try to, at least it looked like they try to copy it, where the guy says, "We killed you. I know
Oh
you're
yeah, no,
dead."
his name is Chance.
So that's
Fun
not the
Boy's
same.
better.
All right,
Fun
not
Boy
the
is
same.
better.
Not the same. Not the same.
The only
Only
thing I'm
'cause that's
trying to
like-
look up
yeah.
is if the main villain in the first one was
Uh-huh.
Vincent, but I don't know if he was.
Man, he was
Fun
so
Boy was
good.
the Vincent had the long hair and he had the
Yeah, Vincent had
eyeballs that
long
he was
hair.
playing around with.
Right, right, right.
Yes,
No,
yes,
in the
yes.
original, his name was Top Dollar.
Yeah, Top
Yeah.
Dollar, black guy, Top Dollar.
No, Top Dollar was the main
Top
villain.
dog, no limit.
Got the long hair.
Oh, I thought the black guy was Top Dollar. What's the black guy's
guy
name?
was
He had all the
Grange.
knives.
Grange.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
The guy who got stuck
Fun-
with all the needles.
No, stuck with all the knives. Fun Boy got stuck with all the needles.
Oh, that's right. Fun Boy did. No, Grange. His name was Grange, according to
Okay, he got stuck with all his knives.
the internet.
Okay. And then the other fella,
T-Bird.
yep,
that
you
sounds
got
familiar.
T-Bird. Yep, you got T-Bird. And then how about the one that's like kind of the pussy of the bunch?
What about the Asian lady?
Oh yeah, that dude. The Asian lady was no,
Uh-huh.
she's not listed
No,
here.
you don't.
Oh yeah. Bai Ling. Bai Ling. Her name
Oh,
was
nice.
Micah.
So she just had a regular name.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
Micah.
Bai Ling played that role?
Yeah.
I never knew
Bai
that.
Ling.
Okay.
Her
Okay,
name was
what's-
Bailing and her real name was Bailing.
No, she
No,
played
or
Micah.
Micah.
Oh, Micah.
And then what is the other guy? The guy we're leaving out. The guy that's like the pussy of the bunch.
I'm trying to. Where is he? He
Come on, you got it.
is not. Oh no, you're thinking of Tintin, the black guy.
Tintin. It's a black
Tintin.
guy. Yeah.
I think you're thinking of Skank.
It is Skank. Yes.
Skank.
yes.
Yeah. The guy was
It is
like
Skank.
almost toothless. He talks like he's almost toothless. That dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skank.
Yeah.
That's right. No, only because I already asked about that scene because in the original Crow, the T-Bird scene where he duct tapes him to his car seat, and he's like freaking out about, we killed you,
Oh,
man.
they try to recreate that scene, and it was really stupid. So he goes up to the guy sitting in the car outside, like where this guy works, the devil dude works. He goes up to the car and he kind of knocks on the window because the guy's probably smoking weed or just vaping or something. And he goes, he knocks on the window, and the guy looks at him and goes, "I killed you." Not freaked out at all or anything, just super calm. And then he goes, "Yeah, you did." And then he just jumps in the back seat and points a gun at him. "Give me all the names of people you're working with." And the guy pulls a gun and shoots himself. That dude Chance. That's the end of the scene. I'm like, that was
that was one of the best scenes in the original movie. Oh well.
Yeah.
So
he
anyway,
taped him to the thing and he sent him off into the harbor. Car on
yeah, and
fire.
he's like, he's scared as shit. Yeah. What is your final score? Like I said, your bar is long legs. What's the final score for the Crow?
Well, I think we gave Longlegs a 1. Is that correct?
Yep. Got a 1.
You can give him a 0.001. That really makes it close to 0.
No, the Crow's got to get a.
Oh, he's
The
thinking.
Crow gets a 1.5.
Okay, there you go. Wow. I mean, wow. All these people have been waiting for this reboot, and they just delivered a shit movie.
Who's really been waiting for it though?
That is true, though, too.
Really been
That
waiting.
is true. All these so-called fans of the original movie that they don't give a shit.
Wait, what does it got on Rotten Tomatoes?
Like a 6, I think.
Oh, good question. Really?
Yeah.
Did it really?
Yeah. Really bad score. Like really, really bad.
Like just a 6, not a 66%, a 6.
Oh, Rotten
No,
Tomatoes
no.
got 20%. 20%.
It's at 20 now. Okay, when it first came out, it was like a 6. Yeah.
20%.
Okay. All right. Well, that's, not horrible, I guess. Not horrible. All right. Well, there you go. Okay, we'll take a break here on Nurse
Wait,
Talking the
I got an
Podcast. Okay,
announcement.
we're not taking
I
a
got
break
an
here.
announcement.
An announcement. Okay.
Borderlands 4 comes out in October or November,
Oh,
and
okay.
Batman Arkham Shadows comes out in the next few months.
You
too.
know what though?
Yes.
Good announcement, because today Borderlands the movie comes out on streaming.
Well, that's
So
true.
there you go.
That's what I was
So
thinking. I was thinking about
good.
your
You
shitty movies.
Got it. See, good job, you. All right, we'll take a break here on Nurse Talking the Podcast. We'll be right back after this.
If you like true crime, who done it, what led to the murder, who's involved, and how they got away with it, tune in to Don't Forget to Call Your Mother Over for Supper podcast at your local library, along with Microfiche and also the guy in the corner watching porn on an old dial-up system, possibly AOL. Matter of fact, he's the one that committed the murder. Oh yeah. And that's okay, because he subscribes to Nerds Talking the Podcast. Number 1. Now let's get back to the show.
Has anyone seen my pants?
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm with Carlos Maria. I'm Lafayette. Remember to rate, subscribe, review, turn on notifications, tell your friends every Friday, new episodes of Nerds Talking the Podcast, and also on YouTube under Nerds Talking Podcast. You can watch the show. And there you go. Also out this week, if you guys watch TV, Only Murders in the Building, season 4.
Yeah.
It dropped this week, so check that out.
I saw
Adam's-
episode 1. Really good.
Okay.
Really
Adam
good.
Sandler dropped a new stand-up special on Netflix. So there's
Ugh.
that. And I think Lord of the Rings comes out this week also on Amazon Prime
What Lord of the
Season 2.
Rings?
And TV show.
of the TV show.
How do you make a TV show out of the Lord of the Rings? I mean,
It's a prequel.
It's a prequel that takes
they,
place
they did that. They did that with
Before the
Hobbit
Hobbit.
guy.
Before the
No,
Hobbit.
no. This is actually this is how Sauron came to be.
So
Yeah.
he's
this is
not
way,
he's not
way
Sauron the
before.
Gray. He's Sauron the Red. He's got red hair or something, I imagine.
He's
Something like
Sauron the homeless. Something like that.
Yeah, actually he kind of season 1 he was like that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. So check that out as that is coming up. Okay. And streaming on Netflix is a movie coming out streaming on Netflix this week that I actually already saw months ago. And damn it, I can't remember the goddamn name of it now. It's a like
better
a
than
exorc-
long legs.
It's like an exorcist type movie. Takes place in Louisiana.
The better than long
Um,
legs.
Oh yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. If I can only find the goddamn name of it, and it's just not coming to me. But it comes out this Friday. Shit balls. Like I said, I wish I could tell you what it's called. But
Good
I am
job.
sucking. I am sucking right now at what it's called.
I saw another Netflix film
Oh, did you?
that they're trying to label better than super bad on the internet.
Oh yeah, that comes out this week too.
It's already out. It's called Incoming.
Oh, it is out. Yeah, it is out already. Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, yes. The movie I was talking about is called
yeah.
The Deliverance. There you go.
Oh, The Deliverance.
Incoming. Yeah, how was that movie? I was gonna check it out.
Trash.
Okay, there we go. We're done with that. Is it better than Crow?
This well, no, man, I don't know what I'd rather sit through.
So
Maybe,
you're telling me The Crow's better than this movie?
man,
That
that's
is
hard
crazy.
to tell.
Is
Hard
that
to
now?
tell.
If that's the case, The
No,
Crow's
I'm gonna
beating-
go with this movie was better than The Crow
Okay.
because it had couple of funny scenes. I think the funniest person was
Jonah Hill,
not super bad.
McLovin.
What's his name? Rob McElhenney, his wife. She's in it.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
She plays the mom of two of the main kids. She's
Got
the best actor in it. The rest is and the one guy from Old Dads, the Bill Burr and the
Yes, yeah, you're talking about
the
I know you're
tall
talking about.
dude. Yeah,
Tall Italian
plays
fellow, whatever.
he plays a teacher. He's funny too. So those two are the best things in the film. So yeah, better than Crow, but a shit movie.
Got it.
Especially when they're
Okay.
trying to say it's better than Superbad. I mean, come on.
Superbad's tough to beat when it comes to like
It
that
is.
teenage comedy. It's
'Cause they
really-
tried
I
too
think it
hard to
was
make it funny.
revolutionary with
Yes.
like this quick-witted talking shit. Like Jonah Hill was really good in that. You know what I mean? Just like coming off and sounding really funny and really, like I said, eloquent in his shit talking.
I think is also they're believable as teenagers. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Where
And
all
this
these other
movie, it's
movies,
like
yeah.
high school's really like that. I don't remember high school ever being like that. It's just dumb. It's just too much. It's like,
But are they believable as teenagers?
well, they're all teenagers. They're all like
They're actually they actually cast.
yeah, they're cast
okay,
like super young kids and
okay.
bad actors that can't act for shit. And yeah, it's just
Because the
I'd
worst
give it a hard pass.
the worst teenage or worst casting of a teenager ever in a
90210.
movie. Okay, yes. Oh my God, yes. Holy shit. They were all like 35 years old. But like movie wise, Michael J. Fox, he was too old to play his role in Back
As
to the
what?
Future.
What role? Which one?
He looked way too old. Back to the Future. He looked too old to be in high school. But that's not the one. It's actually Breakfast Club. It's Judd. Is it Judd Nelson? What's his
Judd
name?
Nelson. Yes. Judd
My
Nelson.
God, the guy looked like he was 40, and he was the bully that got suspended. Oh, such bad, such. Anyway, there you go. So Deliverance comes out today. You can watch yourself a suspenseful horror movie, Supernatural, and Carlos has a game for us. What is the name of the game?
Flash Five.
Flash 5. All
I think
right.
we'll do it every week. It's a new segment here on Nerds Talking the Podcast. Basically, I will give you 5 names, and you say the first thing that comes to mind. Doesn't have to be a movie, just first thing that comes to mind.
This is like one
All
of
right.
those ink blot tests.
It is
Name
Rorschach.
association, actually.
Whatever.
So who wants to go first? I will mute the other person
Lafayette.
so that you guys don't jump in. Okay, Lafayette. I'm going to mute Marie so she doesn't say shit because she likes to talk too much.
Excuse me?
Oh,
Okay,
and
all
she's
done.
muted. There we
All
go.
done.
All right.
All right. Flash 5. Lafayette. 5 names, 5
Wait,
associations.
we're doing all 5 right away? Like,
You get all
Got it.
5. Yep. And then Marie gets all 5.
all right.
You ready? First thing that comes to
Yep.
mind.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Carell.
Oh, Office.
Christian Bale.
Batman.
Keanu Reeves.
Speed.
Emily Blunt.
Oh shit. Day After Tomorrow, whatever that was with Tom Cruise, whatever
Oh,
that
Tom
movie
Cruise.
was.
Yeah. Live, Die, Repeat. Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow, yeah.
Bruce Lee.
Enter the Dragon.
All right. Thank you. Marie, your turn. Unmute yourself, please. You have to do some work. There you go.
Why do I have
Ready?
to mute it if you're muting me? Don't you have to unmute me?
It won't unmute. I can't unmute you. I can only shut you up.
So then
can't
I
make you
was
talk.
trapped in this box and I wasn't even trapped the entire time. I could have come out of it.
If you unmute yourself, yes.
Yes, but shut your trap. Anyway.
I hate you. Shut up. Go back on mute.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Person that comes to mind. Matt Damon,
Oh, Goodwill Hunting.
John Krasinski,
Emily Blunt.
Jonah Hill,
Weak ass motherfucker. Oh no, trauma bonding.
Michelle Pfeiffer,
Oh, Catwoman.
James Earl Jones,
Who is that? Oh, what's that one movie with the baseballs? The baseballs.
Sandlot.
Yes.
Very good. Very good.
Field of Dreams.
Funny-
You meant Field of Dreams.
No, he was the old man in Sandlot.
Yeah,
He
Sandlot.
owned the dog when the ball went over the fence.
Yeah.
Oh, when she said baseball, he's one of the main characters in Field of Dreams. That's
Oh,
why.
no.
He
No, I
is?
meant the Sandlot.
Yeah, he's the one that meets up with Kevin Costner at Fenway Park, and they go to the field together.
and-
Blah blah blah.
Marie, I said Jonah Hill, and earlier you said, "Oh, he's so good and super bad."
Well, that's not what I think of. Okay, when you first said that,
So
the
when
first
you
thing that
think
popped in
of
my
Jonah
head
Hill,
was
you
not
think
super bad. It's
Weak
how
ass. What'd you
weak
call
ass
him?
motherfucker. Because he
Weak ass
wrote a letter to his girlfriend saying that she was crossing his boundaries because he was insecure about what she was wearing. And I was like, he's such a bitch. Oh my god. So now I can't unthink this. He put out this
Fair
whole
enough.
documentary about
Fair
his
enough.
therapy journey and embarrassed the shit out of his like ex-girlfriend.
I heard
And so
about
she
that.
posted it on Instagram, like this whole conversation. And I was like, what a bitch. He's like trying to use therapy speak against her to be like, oh, she was crossing my boundaries by wearing certain clothes. But she was a surfer. So she had to wear bathing suits, right? And it was just so embarrassing for him.
Have you seen the shit that he wears? He looks like a clown.
He is a
He looks
clown.
like a clown.
Well, you know, and the thing is, when you were doing this, all I thought was movies, but reality, you could probably do this totally different also, you know. Like you said, Steve Carell, oh, Harry, Bruce Lee, Chinese. Like
I wouldn't know
Harry?
anything about Bruce Lee.
Harry, because I'm
Wait,
thinking
did you
of
say
'cause I'm-
Chinese?
yeah,
Bruce
Chinese.
Lee is Chinese.
Is
Only
he
because I was-
Japanese?
No,
No, Chinese.
because 4-year-old virgin. Like one of the first things I think of was when he has.
Oh yeah, the Man o' Lantern.
yeah.
Then why didn't you
So-
say that? I didn't say it had to be movies. I said
I
first thing
You
know,
didn't say
popped in
Steve
my
but-
head.
Carell.
He did. For me, he did. Yeah.
Oh, when?
Yeah. The first
Very
one.
first
Oh my
name,
God,
Steve
my
Carell.
memory is not good.
Wow.
Yeah, because even when you said Keanu Reeves, the first thing I thought was like Stoner because of Bill and Ted.
Then why didn't you say Stoner?
Because I was like, oh no, it doesn't. Make
Okay,
sense.
wait, let's
Yeah.
do it again.
Name a
Let's do it
movie.
again then.
No, we can't do it again. He already
Why?
did. He has no
Next
other names.
week.
His names is right out.
Next week, I'll give you a new
Yeah.
list of names. New list of
Why
names.
can't
know what?
someone else do it?
You know what? I'll give you 5. Okay, you ready?
Okay, me?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
ready, set,
Yes.
Ted Danson,
Oh, cheers.
Woody Harrelson,
What's that bowling movie?
Kingpin.
Yes, that one.
Shelley Long.
Oh, cavemen.
All
All these cheers peoples?
they just cheers people. And I don't know anybody else. I know the face. I know Norm. I know Cliff, but I don't know their names.
Norm is not, he's not Mr. Potato Head, but like the piggy bank in Toy Story.
he's
That's what
literally
I would
in,
think.
he's been in like 20 Pixar movies.
Not
He's like
Norm.
a-
Cliff.
Cliff.
Oh,
no, Norm. It's
whatever.
Norm.
No, it isn't Norm. It's
No.
Cliff.
It's
It's
the
Cliff.
mailman. The mailman is Cliff.
No, it's
Cliff.
a white. It's handlebar mustache guy.
Yeah, it's Cliff. It's Cliff.
That's Cliff. Norm is the
Cliff
fat guy who sits
Norm
on
is
the
the fat
corner
dude.
stool.
Yeah, since they ended up. Yeah.
Oh, you.
Oh, I
fucker.
love Cheers growing up. So much fun.
I can tell you know people
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Cheers.
It was so good. I know everybody. I just named the whole cast. Remember? And she didn't.
I don't even. I don't think I've ever watched a whole episode of that, but I still knew. I still knew.
Still
It
new.
came on
You
after
still
something
knew.
I watched.
Okay, very well. Okay, Carlos' turn for 5. Here we go.
No, I
It's
did the
fine.
game. I'm the host. I'm the host of the
3,
game.
2, and
Mute him.
1. Stephen Colbert.
Colbert
John
Report.
Stewart. Oh, not my turn.
It's not, what are you doing?
Shut her the hell up.
Anyway, all I got is Stephen Colbert.
You had one
All
name.
right.
That's all you had. Okay.
Well, I had 5, but she threw it off. So.
Sorry.
Jay Leno.
Lo siento.
The Tonight Show.
Okay. Conan O'Brien.
Tonight
Oh my
Show.
Gosh.
Oh yeah, good call. Tonight Show, yeah. How about James Corden?
Annoying fat asshole.
Okay, yeah, that's a good answer. And last one, we'll go with Bill Maher.
You annoying skinny
Annoying
asshole.
ugly asshole.
Wow, yeah. So, how you feel about
Not
Jews?
funny. Not funny.
No, he's not that. He's
Yay,
not
you
that
ruined my
funny.
game.
He's not that funny. But
No, he's not. His
because
monologues are
his-
horrible.
Oh, did Bill Maher ruin the game? I don't know.
No. All right.
But yeah, no, he's.
It was the
I
ugly,
do.
ugly ones.
I do watch his show, but he's not funny though. Yeah.
Then why do you
No.
watch it?
Well, I don't watch
His
it as
panels are pretty
not a-
good.
yeah, his panels are really
Roundtable.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, and he's not trying to be funny the whole time. It's just his monologue. And again, he doesn't write any of that shit. Just, whatever. So let's think about these guys. Are they comedians? No, these late night people aren't comedians. People write their shit for them. So, but who watches late night TV? Fuck, I sure don't.
Not anymore. Who does watch it anymore?
Yeah, it's all turned
It
into
was like
just clips.
before. I bet late night, I think, has gone back to the senior citizens. That's what it was back in the day. Johnny Carson and all them. We weren't watching that. We were kids, and I didn't start watching Johnny until, man,
I
I did
watched
start watching in
Johnny
the 20s, maybe
probably
before that.
his last 2 years. That's it.
Yeah.
And then I watched Jay a lot. Like I watched Jay, like Jay Leno a lot, and I watched Conan a lot. And then when he was after Jay,
But nowadays, I think it went back to senior citizens. I just don't think because people have streaming services now. I think senior citizens still have whatever they get through cable. I don't think they're have streaming services. I think they just have cable.
Well, you know what the crazy part is? Who do you think has the number one late night show on television?
Colbert.
Okay, you got Colbert. Okay,
No, it's not. It's that guy. It's that Republican guy from Fox. It's like
you are correct.
Garfield or Gritfield.
Gutfield. Yeah.
Gut. Oh, he has a late night
Yes.
show. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. It's on Fox News, and it outrates everyone. Every one of those.
That's because only senior citizens watch it.
And it's so true. But it's also because if you have, for instance, cable's shows a lot of East Coast time zone difference. So it's over here, it's on at 7 p.m. So people are watching it at that time, So they're catching those ratings because of that shit too. But if you're watching, let's say, Hannity and Gutfield comes on right after at 7 p.m., you're not going to change the channel. You just think you're watching other news, another Fox News, whatever they're feeding you. So where the Tonight Show doesn't have that privilege. They have to follow the regular news. People typically don't watch that shit. So
Question.
plus
So-
Jimmy Fallon sucks.
Was Fox a network before The Simpsons and Saving or Married with Children?
You mean News Network?
Just a network in general.
No.
So you're saying
No,
The
no.
Simpsons and Married with Children made Fox News happen?
That's how it started. It started with
Damn.
yeah.
I was literally thinking that earlier today. I was like, fuck, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Because those were good shows. And look what they did.
the first 24-hour news station was CNN.
Yeah.
They were the very first one. Fox Television, The Simpsons literally built that shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy how popular The Simpsons were growing up. Holy shit.
And they're still on,
Absolutely.
right?
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Shit don't stop. It does not stop. All right. Well, did anybody else watch anything else before we go? Huh?
I
Carl?
watched Union.
Yes, I watched about an hour
On
of it. I didn't
Netflix.
finish it.
Oh.
What's your rating on Union?
2.5.
All right, 2.5. Give a quick synopsis of Union.
Old girlfriend comes back to find ex high school boyfriend, recruits him to some type of secret agency called the Union, where they only hire blue collar people, real people, not anybody that's been trained, CIA, FBI type stuff. They train them themselves, and they do missions to save the world. And that's the
Double
synopsis.
crossing happens, and there you go.
Yeah, well, yeah. What? Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's what I knew. Right? That's what I don't like about predictable casting, I guess you can call it. Because when the guy who was cast to be the traitor, I guess,
Luke Cage.
Yeah, the guy who played Luke Cage. So he dies in the very beginning, in the first maybe
away.
2-3 minutes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew as soon as he died, I'm like, that's not it. He's coming back because you're not going to get this guy to play this part just to get killed. So that's how I knew is like, I know who the villain is. I know what the double cross is because because of the casting. So if they want to do something like that, cast an unknown. Cast somebody like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting that because I don't know who that guy is. Like, for example, if Steve Carell was in the beginning and he got killed off in the first 2 minutes, you're like, nope. You didn't pay Steve Carell to spend 2 minutes in a film. He's going to show up. So,
You know,
predictable casting.
the movie wasn't very good, but it also came off like it probably would have been pretty popular like in the early 2000s in the theaters. Like, it just kind of felt dated. Like, just everything felt dated about it. Just, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's
To me,
Mark
it felt
Wahlberg. I don't know.
kind of more, I don't want to say more real, I guess, than like, say, a James Bond or a Mission Impossible. Like in the scene where you probably didn't get this far, but he's being chased he's on a scooter and he's being chased by two
I
guys
saw
on
that.
motorcycles.
Yeah.
Okay. So he barely bumps the guy and the guy hits the wall and it looks like he just got jammed against the wall and he falls off his motorcycle. I'm like, that looked real. That looked believable. It wasn't just some big explosion and the guy goes flying off his bike or anything like that. Like, yeah, okay, all right, I'm buying it. It was entertaining. It had a good flow. Yeah, 2.5.
And plus, I haven't seen Halle Berry in a lot of things lately. So,
Oh man, what I didn't like about Halle Berry was she kept wearing that beanie, but she kept wearing it like sideways just to cover her blonde bangs.
yeah.
Every time she put a beanie, I'm like, don't do that. Just don't do that.
Yep. There you go. Union on Netflix. 2.5. So far, it's the highest rated thing we've seen on this show. That is for sure. I did watch the Steve Air McNair documentary, but I learned nothing new. It was the same shit.
I didn't even know he was murdered.
What?
Yeah.
You
Who
thought he
is
was
Steve
alive this whole
McNair?
time?
I did. I had
No
idea.
shit. So he was a famous NFL quarterback.
And he got murdered
He
Got
got killed by his mistress.
for what?
I don't know. That thing at the end kind of like, kind of makes sense. But what oh, yeah, I guess the guy did have a reason.
Are you
'cause he
talking about
was-
the $13,000?
Hmm?
The $13,000 that we're talking about?
No, not that guy. The guy who sold the gun to the girl. And he says
Oh,
he never
yeah.
knew her, but obviously he did. He'd been talking to her for a couple months.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Nah, I
don't
think
know.
she did it because she basically wanted money. She was a freeloader. And then she found out he had 10
Okay,
other
but
chicks
then
on
why
the
would
side.
she kill her bankroll?
Because she's a dumbass.
I think because
Why
he
would
didn't
she
want
do
to.
that?
I don't, because supposedly her former boyfriend or friend said that she felt like she was at her wit's end and she wanted to off herself anyway because she had nothing going for herself, no money, no nothing. So if he tells her, I ain't giving you shit, well, fuck you then, motherfucker. Boom, boom, boom.
I don't know.
And either which
I
way,
don't know.
it's she did it. So whatever. So
I don't know.
listen, when you're
I
rich
don't-
and famous,
I don't think she did it.
and you're an athlete and you're already married to 3 kids, don't go get 10 women on the side. One of them's bound to be crazy. All right. So
I know. I was thinking to myself, what are you doing in that broke ass neighborhood, dude?
I know he bought a townhome in a broke ass neighborhood. Yeah. Well, because
Yeah, I'm like, what?
it's not. I think it's because it's least suspicious. You know.
Right. It's indescript and nobody's gonna. But he was
Exactly.
hiding the fact that he was dating her. He was.
I know. That's another thing. He went on vacation with her.
Yeah.
Well, it shouldn't make no sense when it comes to him, man. I don't. Again, for God's sakes, if you don't want to be in your marriage, get a fucking divorce or end up dead. So those are your options.
What we learned from last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And he was
there's
only
that.
36.
Wait.
He retired early. He retired.
Yeah.
super early.
He was young.
I have a question for you, both of you. Carlos, if when Lafayette gets married, if you found out his wife was cheating, would you tell him? And vice versa. This question also applies to you, Lafayette. If you found out Carlos's wife was cheating, would you tell Carlos?
Yeah, probably.
I would. I'd tell him.
Yeah. It's up to him how he handles the information.
Yeah, but okay, but if Lafayette was cheating, would I tell his wife?
No.
That's a whole different story.
Yeah, that's a whole different story.
Mm-hmm. Because then I can introduce her friends to Carlos too. Uh, you know what they say? Once you go to rehab and you get on drugs, you get out and you bang bitches.
You fall in
Live
love.
What are you
forever.
saying? That is your
Live
nonsense.
forever. 1.5
Live
stars.
forever.
It all comes back around. So all come back around. Who sings that song? When it come around. Come on, really
Oh,
popular.
Green
I do
Day.
know that one.
Green Day. Yep. Great
Oh.
song. Great album. Dookie Bomb. Good. That's a good album. All right. Well, only thing I watched was White Earp and what was it called?
The
Cowboy War.
War.
I learned a lot about Wyatt Earp, so it was quite interesting. So he was basically a vigilante murderer, really, and that's what he came down to. And bankrolled by Wells Fargo, which is it's very interesting to hear.
What does that mean, bankrolled?
So Wells Fargo's stagecoaches were getting robbed all the time by the Cowboys.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he was no longer a sheriff. He was an outlaw. He was a vigilante, Wyatt Earp, trying to get revenge. So Wells Fargo's like, hey, we'll front your outlaw lifestyle if you take care of all these fucking cowboys. So they're paying for everything. They're feeding them money and taking care of them. And what happened was it took so long for him to get his revenge that the Times passed everybody by, where the Cowboys were irrelevant and things were progressing too much in America. And then Wells Fargo said, we're not paying you anymore. Cowboys don't really matter at this point. We're done with that. And he went on and went to Hollywood and became a what do you call
Consultant.
it? Consultant for
Westerns.
Western movies. That's wider. So it's an interesting watch. Just if you're a
Sounds
big
kind of
fan
interesting, actually.
Well, before he was a marshal, before Virgil and he were marshals and deputy marshal, whatever they were getting busted a lot in brothels.
I was
You know,
like,
Hell yeah.
being a sheriff back in the day probably was like borderline, or there's a gray or thin line between being an outlaw and then being a sheriff. They probably did the same things for different reasons.
Well, this was in
Probably.
Wyoming, right? Remember, he came from a different state. I can't remember
Kansas,
was it Wichita? That's right.
Kansas.
That's right.
Wichita Wyatt.
where he met Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday saved his ass. That's right. That's right. I never saw the actual Wyatt Earp movie with Dennis Quaid and
Oh God, don't say
Kevin
anything with Dennis
Costner.
Quaid anymore.
But I heard it was bad though. It was super long. It's like 3 hours and just
It's
bad.
3 hours, but when you watch the preview for it, which I went and did, it's a lot more accurate of the actual storyline of Wyatt Earp. Where Tombstone
Just the preview?
Tombstone is just a badass movie.
Wait, which one was Wyatt Earp in Tombstone?
He was
Kurt
Kurt Russell.
Oh,
Yeah, he was Kurt Russell. Yeah, so
And you'll
anyway,
get all the facts you need from Tombstone. That's all you need. You don't need any more than that.
Maybe.
No, the only thing missing is the trial. He was on trial.
Yeah, that's an important part though.
For the fight at the OK Corral.
Mm-hmm.
And then after he chases the Cowboys, it kind of says he kind of just gives up chasing him after he kills Curly Bill. And then he moves on to Colorado. They just don't say why he moved on to Colorado. Well, it's because he ran out of money because Wells Fargo stopped paying him. So he just moved to Colorado with Josephine and Doc. Doc actually went with them too. So Doc died in Colorado. Josephine, I think, died in Colorado. And then Wyatt Earp went to LA.
He
Where he died.
the only part that was wrong about that movie was they made Curly Bill the main antagonist, and he's not. So,
But neither was Ike.
yeah, Ike was. When you watch the documentary, Ike's the
I know.
antagonist.
And they do say that in the documentary, but when you look it up, they never say who the leader of the Cowboys were.
You know,
'Cause even Johnny Ringo was mentioned.
oh no, it's what's that guy's name? I had a joke, but
he had a joke. It was a. Oh, were you
I
gonna
was
say
gonna say
Billy
the
Kid?
guy who I was gonna say the guy who owns the Cowboys, whatever that guy's name is.
Oh fuck me, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not a bad joke, but you fucked it up. Jerry Jones.
Shut up!
Name is Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones.
Thanks for stealing
Jerry
my
Jones.
joke.
Yeah, because I didn't
I didn't steal it. You were asking.
Whatever.
Well, no, that's just it. When you watch the documentary, the historians tell you Ike was the leader of the Cowboys. All the
but
historians.
I don't believe the historians either because they don't.
You don't
have
believe the
100%.
historians?
But they don't have 100% fact of what happened.
Yeah, they
'Cause
have
nobody
the
gave 100%
hieroglyphs and they
accurate
don't know.
accounting.
Time out.
Exactly.
Time
They
out,
weren't
time
there.
Out, time out. Are you trying to tell me every church is wrong about Jesus?
If you like fiction, read the Bible.
Okay, so I make
Yeah.
sure. That's all. But yeah, no, Ike
If you
was
like
the leader of
history,
the
watch the
Communists.
Flintstones.
There you go. All right.
Holy shit, your education is not gonna go well.
C's to get degrees. Just pull
Yeah.
that C, Marie. Just pull that
As
C.
a matter of fact, before we leave, what year did the Jetsons take place? That's what I want to fucking know.
That's a good
2020.
question.
That
No.
cartoon was made.
2050.
That cartoon was made
2050.
in
Maybe
the what?
60s or 70s?
In the 60s, probably. And they let's see, Jetsons timeline.
1999.
Do you think 1999?
I think it's in the 90s.
Okay, here we go. Jetsons time period. The Jetsons are set in the year 2062. So hey,
Wow.
good on them for
All right,
pushing that way. But you know what? I think
Well,
they
it was
did.
it ran from 1962 to 1963.
I was gonna say they basically made it
Oh,
a
no,
100-year
longer than that.
leap. That's what they
Longer
did.
than
A
that.
100-year leap. Yeah.
First episode was 1962. Yeah, so 100
Man,
years in the
yeah.
future. Yeah.
So good on them doing that because it would have been real dumb.
Oh, it only
Yeah.
did last a year. It seemed like
I know.
but then new episodes were produced in 85 and 87.
Okay. Because it seemed like we have 1,000 episodes of Jetsons.
Yeah, right. I'm like, wow, they did
Yeah.
a lot for 1 year. Jeez.
Okay, before we go, Marie, what's
Again,
the
before we go.
maid's name in the Jetsons?
I don't know. Rosie.
Yes.
You
well
don't
done.
know Rosie.
Well
All right, good answer. Good answer. All right, well, that's a short one. Thanks for tuning into Nerds Talking the podcast. We seem to cover a lot and probably nothing. We hope you enjoyed it. That's it, everyone. Show's over. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, listening. We'll catch you next week. For Marie.
Bye.
For Carlos.
Bye-bye.
And I'm Lafayette. Thanks for tuning in to Nerds Talking the podcast. Catch you next time.